Troy, third time this season you guys have been able to take both home sets. What does this weekend set mean?
Well, this weekend, this set mean that we got a couple players back, so it seemed like we seemed to get a little bit of reflection of our old team a little bit back, and it kind of was a forging of the old and a forging of the new, so to speak. I mean, we are where we're at with our players and a lot of players up in Calgary, but this group has had some significant time together, but they have been without Lang and Nemo, so we kind of merged the two together, and we were fortunate to come out with 2 wins.
Thoughts on Ryan House getting his first?
Well, really happy. This kid's really paid his dues more off the ice this year than on. He's a tremendous kid. Like, he's not a kid no more. He's a man, but he's a tremendous man. Like, he's one of our best teammates. He's very polished for a young man, and he's worked extremely hard. So it's a real good feel story. Like, at one particular time, I held him out of hockey for a month just for training purposes, and what a great story. Here's a guy that had said he couldn't play for a month by his coach, and he had to train, and he worked with Mike Thompson, our strength coach, and they worked extremely hard at getting Ryan down to a position where he can be successful, and then he came out of that and unfortunately got injured fairly quick, so he's missed some significant time this year. So as long as it seems for him to get his goal, like if you add up the time he was hurt plus the other month, like he hasn't played that much, so it's not as long as people feel it is, but I know it's felt like a long time for him, so we're happy for him. That whole team was elated. It was pretty cool.
Carson in tonight for Pascua. First of all, is Pascua healthy? It's just one of those veteran situations?
Yeah, we just got a veteran situation going, so Carson went in today and just had to get some different looks, different people here looking at players, so just had to manage our veterans.
What did you think of Brett?
Well, I thought Brett played more passionate than he's played. There's another story. Like, it just tells you how tough our business is. Here's a guy that's on a one-way deal and has gotten put down to the American League level, and he's been through an injury the end of last summer lifting weights that caused him to miss significant time in preparing for an NHL season. And then you couple that with better players getting an opportunity to play and establish themselves in the NHL, like we're players that were on the cusp of coming in where they took Brett's job, and Brett gets sent down here for a couple weeks conditioning, and then he gets called back up for just hours, or it seemed like a day, and got resent down. So now this is home for him, and so he's went through a little bit of turmoil, and he's trying to settle in. He's been a healthy scratch, but we're trying to manage our veteran situation the best we can right now, and with management. And I was happy for him to get a goal. But beyond the goal tonight, I thought he played much harder than he had been playing.
Troy, these are 4 big points you guys picked up in terms of the West standings and the playoff picture. Just talk about playing Houston, why you've been so successful with them against them this year.
It's a great question. I don't know. It's just the way this league works. Some teams you don't think you match up that well against, and you match up pretty well. And for whatever reason, through this point, we've matched up okay. Obviously, they went through a tough weekend up here managing hockey players. So as elated as we are, we take it with a grain of salt. As a group of people in there, we understand that Tafe and Allman and certain guys weren't here this weekend for them. We understand that. But regardless of that, we still have to manage points. We have to manage some momentum down the stretch here. And it was important that I thought we left this, this segment right here at home, so that because we come home so much in March, we needed to feel good about our barn and feel good about how we can play here. And that's the thing I'm most elated about. So it was Houston, and we've been successful against them. And for whatever reason, I don't know, it's just the way the matchups are. I don't think we match up well against San Antonio, in my opinion. But, we seem confident against them, but yet we don't match up size-wise. It's kind of the same thing with Toronto. There's certain teams you don't match up well with, and so far to this point, Houston's been a good matchup.
You were slipping out of the playoff picture. Now you're 3 points out of 4th. What's it going to take to sort of keep above that home ice advantage line?
Well, I think for us, we need to stay healthy. We just have to manage our health. I mean, Johnny Rose, out. Conley's out. I think we survived a little bit tonight. We got a couple guys in there pretty banged up right now, but we have to stay healthy. we have to understand who we are, and we're a team that is a lunch pail group. Like, we have to work extremely hard for the goals we get. We're not just going to outskill teams at this level, so we have to work extremely hard, and we have to learn to manage the puck better. So we just have to stay with it. But our biggest thing, if we're going to make a good push here in March at home, we need to get healthy. And part of that health is sometimes just Calgary getting healthy. We can't ultimately control that, but we understand that, and you guys do, sitting here all the time with me. Like, part of our success will have to be Calgary gets healthy.
We're good. Coach, thank you.
Yep, thank you.